Right, welcome back YouTubers. First things first, apologies for the slightly wobbly camera work. I've managed to bust my tripod, so unfortunately it's going to be a little bit wobbly, so just bear with me. Following on from last month's Dyson theme, I've picked up this little golden oldie, DC04. Nice and cheap on eBay. It's just 22 quid and it was local, so I thought for old time's sake I'll pick it up and see how I get on. It's in nice condition. It's not gone that horrible manky green colour like a lot of them go. It's been fairly well looked after. So it needed a bit of basic servicing. I got some new genuine filters for it and it gave it a good clean. But apart from that, it's a nice example. So I remember when the 04 was current, and I remember being fairly impressed from, especially compared to the 01 that it replaced, and the later machines like the 07 and the 14. You know my thoughts on the 14, so we won't go there. So, is it going to be as good as I remember it, or is it still going to be naff? Let's find out. I don't know. I've given it a little run upstairs, and it seems to have picked up a bit of rubbish that my nice shiny new DC39 has left behind, which I'm not too happy about. So we'll give it a slightly longer run, and I'll tell you what I think of it at the end. Okay, so the first test is just a basic surface litter pickup test. It's just a bit of fluff out of my tumble dryer. And as we can see, it copes pretty well with that. The thing I like about the DC04 is the fact it's so easy to manoeuvre and so easy to push around. The rooms of carpet are fairly nice. I must admit, you either love it or you hate it, but I'm still a big lover of the clear bin on Dysons. The fact you can see dirt whizzing around, it's really satisfying. Okay, so a little bit of a close-up now. Again, just mainly fluff, bit of grit from the doormat downstairs, and it seems to cope pretty well with that as well. Self-adjusting head doing its thing there. Good thing about having cream carpets is it shows absolutely everything up, including anything that's left behind. It looks like we've got a clean carpet there. Okay, and onto the tools now. You get your three basic tools: crevice tool, upholstery tool, and a dusting brush, all stored conveniently on board. What's not so convenient is the fact that you have to put the tools on the end of the handle end. I've never liked that. I've always thought it was a bit of a pain in the backside, especially if you're using it in sort of confined areas and stuff like that. On the later DC07, they alleviated that by making the hose end slightly different, so you could attach it to the handle ends and use the end of the wand for the tools instead, which was much better. The one plus point is the fact that the tool suction is a million times better than on the DC04 that came before it, which was a bit useless, to be honest. There we go, there's our 3 tools. At least you can put the tools on the hose end on this model. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay then, so my final thoughts on the DC04. Excuse the plant growing out the top of my head. There we go. Yeah, I'm still quite impressed with it. It's just as noisy as I remember it being 10 years ago. But then all Dysons this era were quite noisy. They're never renowned for their quietness. It's easy to use. It's a nice cleaner to use. It's not heavy, it's not cumbersome, it's not awkward like the 07 and the 14 that replaced. It certainly performs a lot better than the DC01 that came before it. I'm not convinced that there's enough agitation there to clean right to the bottom of the carpet. But then again, like I say, Dysons this era were never renowned for their agitation either. But it performs well. The tools are not too bad. I think the one thing the DC07 did better was the way you could connect the hose end to the top of the handle and then use the actual steel wand itself. You could put the tools on the end of that, rather than this one where you have to put the tools on the end of the handle end, which is a bit awkward sometimes. But it's a minor criticism. Yeah, I like the 04, so I'll be keeping this one a little bit longer, I think. It makes quite a nice upstairs hoover. Quite like to try some of the more recent Dyson uprights to see how far they've come, and hopefully that'll be coming soon. So overall, the 04 gets a thumbs up from me. So just in response to a couple of comments I've had, I'm going to try and do videos on a slightly more regular basis than I've been. It can be difficult. Unfortunately, I'm a shift worker. I work in the emergency services, so I don't actually get a lot of time to myself really, so a day off is quite a rare occasion. But I will try and do videos on a more regular basis, so bear with me, they are coming. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.